Hello, my dear students, class 9 and 10. On request, we have taken a topic coordinate geometry, some basic concepts. And this topic is useful for the students, those who are in class 9 and class 10. So, I welcome you all to our channel, Mind Mapping. And the mind map are the guiding points that we have displayed here. So, let's discuss. First, a point in a plane. Now you look at is a plane, the two dimension, length and breadth. Okay. Here is a point K in a plane and its location and description. So how can we describe a point located in a plane? So in this connection, the French philosopher and mathematician René Descartes, he got an idea, he thought of a plan. So expressed, he advocated or he suggested that a point on a plane can be described by two ways. First, the distance from the margin or from the left. So look at here, it is 10 centimeter away from the margin from its left. From the left, the distance is 10 centimeters. And it is also not sufficient to express the location of a point K in this plane. Now, another you see, this is the vertical line and the distance from the bottom, that is 15 cm. So, by the two factor, that is how far from the left margin and how far from the bottom. So, the distance from the bottom, the perpendicular distance to the bottom and the perpendicular distance from the left margin. So a point in a plane is described by two factors. Basing on this, in subsequently coordinate geometry, a branch of mathematics was developed. Okay. So this is the basic concept of coordinate geometry to describe a point in a plane. Okay, now you see, so look at this figure. Now you see x and x dash is a number line that you have studied. Now you see 1, 2, 3, 4 plots from 0 to right. These are called positive integers. And you see -1, -2, 0 to left, that is called negative integers. And the 0 is neither positive or non-negative integer, or 0 is an integer. So x dash is a number line, and this number line is horizontal. Now you see horizontal line. This horizontal number line is called x axis. Okay, we have mentioned here x axis. Now you see another number line y dash. Okay, now you move y dash, and the intersecting point. The intersecting point means at point this 0 of this number line and 0 of that number line both coincide or coincident. So this is called, the intersecting point is called origin of two axes, and this is called vertical. You see perpendicular or vertical y dash axis. This is called y axis. So x axis and y axis, and this point you see it is called origin or intersecting point, denoted by symbol capital O. Okay. Now clear? So you see now the plane, okay, the intersecting point 0, it is not 0, it's origin, called origin. Now you see, now the plane is divided into 4 parts. These 4 parts are called quadrants. This is called quadrant number 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4, 4 quadrants. So the symbol, the sign of this quadrant number 1, you see, this is plus and this is minus. So it is plus. Sorry, this is plus and this is also plus. X axis plus and x, y axis on the plus. So this is x, sorry, plus quadrant. So plus quadrant, this is quadrant number 1. Quadrant number 2, you see, first you see minus, then plus, minus plus quadrant. Now, third quadrant you see, this is minus and the x dash minus and y dash minus, minus quadrant. And you see, this fourth quadrant, this is plus OX axis we shall discuss. This is plus and this is minus. So this is called plus minus quadrant. So 4 quadrants. Then now see x axis and y axis, they are also divided 4 parts. These are called axes, plural of axis. Now see OX is positive axis. So similarly OY positive axis, OX dash negative axis, OY dash that is called negative axis. Now we got 4 quadrants and 4 axes and origin point, intersecting point. All these constitute a plane that is called Cartesian plane. According to the Descartes' name, that is called Cartesian plane. 4 axes and 4 quadrants. Okay. Now come to 4 axes. We have already discussed, and 4 axes plus 4 quadrants. 4 axes OX, OY, OX dash, and OY dash. These 4 quadrants, 4 axes and 4 quadrants. Quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. And in the origin, these they constitute the plane that is called Cartesian plane. Okay. So we have already discussed. So now you see, here is a point P. How can I locate it? How can we describe? So this is very simple. Now you see, the distance from the y-axis is called 3 units. Unit 1, unit 2, unit 3, 3 units. And the distance, the perpendicular distance from x-axis, that is 5 units. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. So it is denoted by symbol xy 3, 5. Means x is equal to 3 units and y is equal to 5 units. So what we call them? You see, the perpendicular distance from the y-axis is called x coordinate. And please remember, it is otherwise called abscissa. And here is a confusion. Some teachers say x-axis is abscissa. No, the distance from the y-axis, the distance from the y-axis, the point, the distance from the y-axis, perpendicular distance, that is called abscissa. Here abscissa is 3. That is otherwise called x coordinate. Okay. Similarly, you see, the perpendicular distance from the x-axis, that is 5 units, it is called y-ordinate. We have mentioned here y-ordinate. Okay. The distance from x-axis is the y-ordinate, y-coordinate, it is here called x-coordinate, it is called y-coordinate, otherwise called ordinate. And this is called abscissa and this is ordinate. Never be confused, and this question was asked. Okay. Now come to another point. In that point, it is located in the quadrant 2, second quadrant. So let us describe the point M. Now see, it is 5 units away from the origin, that is minus 4. So here x is minus 4. And the perpendicular distance, you see, this is plus 3. So minus 4 plus 3. Here x coordinate is minus 4 and y coordinate is 3. X coordinate is otherwise called abscissa and y coordinate is otherwise called ordinate. So it is represented as xy. Okay, x comma y within bracket, x implies 4 units and y 3 units. Okay. So similarly, you see another point that we have taken in quadrant 3. Now look at here. So the abscissa is here, from this point you see minus 5. Okay. So from the y-axis, the perpendicular distance, that is called abscissa, otherwise called x-coordinate. X-coordinate is minus 5. Where is minus 5? And the y-coordinate or ordinate, you see the perpendicular distance from the x-axis, that is minus 3. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 3. So x is minus 5 and y minus 3. So a point on a plane can be described by two factors. One is x coordinate or abscissa, another is y coordinate or ordinate. So come to another point that we have taken k here. Okay, in the quadrant number 4, look at here. So the distance, the abscissa here, from this point to this point, you see, from y-axis to x-axis. So this is plus 3. Okay, plus 3, and the perpendicular distance from x-axis to the point, the perpendicular distance, that is called y-ordinate, is 3 minus 2. Sorry, minus 2. Here you see x is plus 3 and y is minus 2. X is equal to abscissa or x coordinate 3 and y coordinate or ordinate, otherwise called minus 2. So what we observe here? What we observe? So our observation means in a Cartesian plane, a point can be described by two coordinates, x coordinate and y coordinate. Okay, and remember the x coordinate and y coordinate, they are always written in form of x comma y, in form of xy, that is called ordered pair, and that is not written as y comma x. If we take yx, then the location will be different. You see, if y is here, you see, if y is 3 and x is 5, so y3 means here and x5, the point will be here. The point will be here. But in coordinate geometry, it is called ordered pair, always written xy. X is the first abscissa or the x coordinate, and y the y coordinate or ordinate. Okay. Now, so we have already discussed. Then another major point we have discussed: a point on x-axis. Suppose here is a point. Here is a point on x-axis. Okay. A point on x-axis we can describe by the two factors. So x coordinate, simply you can say 5, because 0 to 5 units. The perpendicular distance from the y-axis is 5. So x is equal to 5. Then what about y? You see, y coordinate is 0. Okay. This is very important. When the point is on the x-axis, then y coordinate or ordinate is 0. Just vice versa. A point on y-axis. So let it here. Here the point. So we can say here x. No, actually the point is here. There is no perpendicular distance toward the right or toward the left. So x is equal to 0, and here y is equal. So y coordinate, that the perpendicular distance from the origin, that is 6. Okay. So this is very important. A point on x-axis, the y coordinate is 0. Because y coordinate is 0. And a point on the y-axis, x coordinate is, here it is x coordinate is 0 and y is 6. This is very important. Okay. Now we conclude that in a Cartesian plane there are 4 axes and 4 quadrants and 1 origin. Okay. And we describe a point may be located in quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3 or quadrant 4 by 2 coordinates, that is x coordinate, otherwise called abscissa, and y coordinate is otherwise called ordinate. But another thing, this plane is called Cartesian plane. Okay, otherwise it is called xy plane. Otherwise, it is also called xy plane or coordinate plane. Okay, coordinate plane. Co means two ordinates. Okay, that is x ordinate and y ordinate. Coordinate plane, and it is called Cartesian plane, coordinate plane, or otherwise we call xy plane. So, hope you have understood the some basic concept of coordinate geometry means the Cartesian plane, the coordinates and axis and the quadrants, and locating a point in a different quadrants. A point in a plane can be described by two coordinates, x coordinate and y coordinate. That is called ordered pair. We write xy, not yx. Hope you have understood some basic concepts of coordinate geometry that we discussed here. In the next class, we shall discuss the distance formula to find out the distance of 2 points, the distance between the 2 points in a plane. We shall discuss in our next video. Stay tuned to watch our videos. If you like, you may subscribe to our channel. Our channel handle is @NNMP, that is mind mapping, NNMP2024. Thank you all for watching. Stay tuned to watch our next videos.